Hi, this is Victor. Welcome to Channel Vic 5 and Season 3. And welcome to another chapter on learning Excel. Today it's Chapter 5 and we're going to talk about some simple formulas that are commonly used like sum and concatenate. I'm also going to show you how to write a simple formula, which is quite easy actually. Now, there are several ways to add a formula to your spreadsheet. There is a formula bar on the ribbon that you can just click on and you can look it up. If you happen to know what the formula is, you can just click on it. There are some shortcuts as well, especially for the sum one, and you can also write it if you happen to know what the formula is. Okay, so let's get started. All right, for a sum, here we have our spreadsheet, and I want to have a sum total at the bottom. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, just as is we want to have a sum total right here. So you have an auto sum over here. Now if you're at the home ribbon, it also happens to have it over here, right there. When you click on it, and as you can see, it'll add the 20. Now usually what happens is it'll automatically add up until the first non-blank cell, which is this one here. To manually set it up, you just click on one and go all the way up to here and release. Hit enter. Right there. Okay, and there we have the sum total. Okay, now if you remember, Control R is copy right. Right over here. See that? Okay. So we're going to go over here and do a copy right. I'm purposely going to leave the last column empty so I'm going to show you. So do a Control R, and there is the sum right there. Now, as you can see, this column goes all the way up to here. So it's going to stop there. So if I do here, and you can go to formulas over here is another way. See over here, and see there's an auto sum. So I'm going to click on that and oops, right there. And as you can see, it goes to there. Now, of course, I want to increase it to the very top, so I'm going to manually do it to there. Okay. So that's how you put in a summation just by clicking on the buttons. Now, let me show you how you can write it in. Okay. So, the sum command, if you click on the cell over here and you go to the bar up here, you can see how it's written. It's equal sum bracket J2, which is the from, and J31, which is the end bracket. So if I wanted to add all these together, and maybe I wanted to put it right over here. Okay, so to manually write in the formula, you can do it one of two ways. You can do a plus or an equals to start it. Then Excel knows that you're about to write a formula. Okay. So I'm going to do a plus. So there's a plus and there's a plus right there. So I'm going to do sum. I'm going to do bracket. Wait. Oops. Bracket. Actually, I can type it up here so you can see it better. Then the starting cell is C32. So I'm going to put C32. And then the colon. And then the ending cell is, of course, going to be J32. So I'm going to do J32. And end bracket right there. Oops, not the wrong one. Right there. And then I'm going to hit enter. When I hit enter over here, watch how it changes to the value. Oop, there it is. And there's the sum. And if I click on it, you can see there it is. And there. Now, of course, let's just delete that and use the summation again, just to show that you can do it also horizontally. You can either do it vertically or horizontal. So I'm going to click on auto sum up here, and I'm going to select from here all the way to there, hit enter, and as you can see, I get the same value again. So the sum is very easy, and it's, like I said, it's very commonly used. In fact, probably every time. Okay, so that's the summation. The other one I want to show you is the concatenate. It's a very useful one. It's used for text, words, and you can add them together. So let me show you. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a cell right over here. Okay, right there. And then I'm going to go to formulas. Oh, actually, in the we have a recently used, and see there's concatenate, so I'm going to select that. When I select that, as you can see, there's the format, and a window pops up. Okay, so on text 1, I'm going to just select gas, and then text 2, I'm going to select Thames. And then text 3, I'm just going to select bus, and then do an OK. And now you can see the cell says Gus Thames bus. Okay. So there you can just add words together. You can also add spaces, but you have to put spaces in quotes. But let me show you how the formula looks, in case you want to write it manually. Okay. So there's the cell, so I'm going to click on this, and there is concatenate, and it's C1, E1, J1. Okay, so of course let's do the same one, and we want to add spaces. Okay, so I'm going to manually do it. So I'm going to go again with plus, whoops, I'm going to go plus, Concatenate, and then I'm going to do bracket, and then I'm going to do gas, which is C1, as you can see. Okay, C1. I'm going to do a comma, then I'm going to do brackets, space, brackets, comma. And I'm going to do, the next one was Thames, which is E1. Okay, so I'm going to type in E1. I'm going to do comma. And I'm going to do brackets again. Brackets, space, brackets, comma. And then finally I'm going to do bus again, which is J1. Okay, so J1. And then end bracket. Okay, so then watch what happens when I hit enter. As you can see now, I've got spaces in there. And so there is gas, which is just like that. Then with the spaces, it's just like that. Okay, so that is concatenate. And I use that quite a lot as well. As an example, I think... let me show you in the spreadsheet for example. Okay, so for example, I'm going to take my date column and copy it and just put it over here. I'll put it over here and paste it using Control V. And there it is. Okay, now the date, of course, is the 4th, right? So what I want to do is have it's saying 4th instead, 5th instead. So I'm going to do insert concatenate. So I'm going to do insert function, recently used. Okay, then I'm going to do this number, this cell over here, which is, click on that, and then I'm actually going to put in bracket TH bracket and hit enter. Oops, it's giving me an error. Do an OK. Okay, hold on. let's erase that. Let's go over here and fix it there. All right, wrong quotes. There it is. The right quotes, and I'm going to add a space. Oh, actually, no, I don't need a space. Okay, hit enter. There we go, 4th. Now I do a copy down. There. So, as you can see, concatenate can be used to pretty up the spreadsheet, or just add a few words together in spaces and just do something different with it. And as you can see, by manually knowing what the formula is and how it's typed, you can make easy corrections and adjustments. Now let me show you one more easy formula. Okay. Suppose you just wanted to add various different things. You could take a cell over here, type in a plus, see over here plus. You can click anywhere on a cell. You can click here, and then you can do another plus, and you can click anywhere else, and you can do a minus. You can click somewhere else, and you can do a times, which is the asterisk, and you can click anywhere else, and then you can do a divide, and click somewhere else again, and then hit enter, and there you get a value. So creating a formula is actually very easy. It's good to practice with something simple like plus, minus, times, multiply, divide. And it's just so you get used to it, and then you can get to something more complicated. Okay, so that concludes my episode on formulas, the easier ones, summation and concatenate, and how to write a simple one yourself. The next episode, I think, is going to be touched a little bit on pivot tables, and that's kind of the fun stuff. Okay, so thank you for watching. Have a great day, and see you in my next episode. Okay, bye-bye.